Mystical Islam greets all its viewers with peace and blessings. Dear friends, in India, worshippers were performing prayers on a railway track when suddenly a train arrived. Then what miracle happened left everyone astonished. When the train master tried to run the train over the worshippers, what happened? To know this, be sure to watch the video till the end. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, let us formally begin the topic. Dear friends, during train journeys, it has been observed that when it's time for prayer, it becomes a cause of concern for passengers as to how they will perform the prayer because trains are not stopped during prayer times. Although Islam has allowed the shortening of prayers during travel, it never permits skipping prayers under any circumstance. In India, a pious man, a servant of Allah, was traveling by train. When the train stopped at a platform, he made the intention that it was Maghrib prayer time and decided to perform the prayer. Then such an incident occurred that everyone was left astonished. This true incident happened at a train station in the Indian state of Rajasthan, which is currently viral on social media. It is said that a pious elderly man lived in India who frequently traveled by train with the intention of preaching Islam. He used to visit different cities and areas to deliver Allah's message to people. He taught them about worshipping Allah Almighty and told them that the one Lord who created all the worlds, who provides for them and gives them sustenance, takes one step toward you if you take a step toward him. Walk toward him, and he will run toward you. Once, with this intention, the pious elderly man was traveling by train. During the journey, when the train reached a station, it stopped. It was Maghrib prayer time, so the pious elderly man consulted with his companions and decided that since the train had stopped at the station, they would perform the prayer instead of hurriedly performing it inside the train. They decided to step out onto the platform to pray and then resume their journey. Dear friends, the pious elderly man and his companions disembarked from the train, performed ablution, and began performing Maghrib prayer on the platform itself. As soon as they started their obligatory prayer, the train began blowing its horn on the other side, signaling that it was about to resume its journey. But soon, the sound of the horn stopped. The issue was that the train engine was not starting. The trainmaster and other staff became worried about this strange situation, wondering why the train engine wouldn't start at this midway platform. A mechanic was immediately called to check the technical issue. Here, it is worth noting that after blowing the horn, the train gradually starts its journey again, and if any passenger remains on the platform, the train does not wait for them. Thus, all passengers are warned and instructed through the horn to board their compartments as soon as they hear it. A similar situation occurred in this incident, but now the train horn had stopped and the pious elderly man and his companions were performing prayers. The mechanic reported that there was no technical fault in the train engine, meaning the engine was perfectly fine and should have started and moved. Since this matter was beyond the mechanic's understanding, he was sent away, but the trainmaster remained very worried. In his worried state, the trainmaster was pacing the platform. While pacing, he noticed a group of people praying and immediately asked who they were. Were they waiting for another train, or were they traveling on this same train? It was explained to him that they were traveling on this train and had stepped out to perform Maghrib prayer when the train stopped, intending to reboard the same train. Dear friends, the trainmaster somewhat understood the situation. He sat down and watched the worshippers. Observing closely, he realized that some of the worshippers were also present on the railway track. Seeing this, the trainmaster understood that perhaps the train wasn't starting because of these worshippers. The worshippers were performing their prayers calmly and with great humility and devotion. As soon as the pious elderly man completed the prayer, the trainmaster personally approached him and requested, "O pious servant of Allah, I saw you performing your prayer. It seemed as if you were seeing your Lord while praying. The prayer was being performed with such reverence and respect, as if you were beholding Allah Almighty. Astonishingly, while you were praying, our train engine stopped working and refused to start. I feel that perhaps Allah, being pleased with your prayer, stopped the train for you. Now that you've completed your prayer, kindly board the train so that we may resume our journey." Hearing the trainmaster's words, the elderly man smiled. Since the elderly man had completed his prayer, he immediately boarded the train and took his seat. Afterward, when the driver started the engine, this time the engine started immediately and the train resumed its journey. Allahu Akbar. Dear friends, there is no doubt that when you dedicate yourself to Allah, He dedicates Himself to you. Whoever sincerely worships Allah, observes prayers regularly, and performs them with devotion and punctuality, Allah creates ease for them in every way. A hadith mentions that if a person becomes engrossed in worldly pursuits and chases after wealth and worldly comforts, Allah lets them tire in it. But if that person worships Allah and does what pleases Him, Allah grants them happiness and ease in this world and reserves great rewards for them in the hereafter, especially for those who observe the 5 daily prayers, not just as an obligation, but as a means to meet their Creator and perform them with all due respect and humility. Allah bestows His special grace upon them. He saves them from difficulties and creates ease for them in both religious and worldly matters. So maintain the habit of praying with humility and devotion. May Allah grant His blessings upon all of us. Ameen. Thumma Ameen. So friends, this was today's video. Let us know in the comments how you found it. That's all for today. Until the next video, Allah Hafiz.